Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I would like to thank the people that support this channel on my Patreon channel. If you want to support this channel, you can become a Patreon too on my Patreon channel. You can find the link in the description below. I would like to thank also all my subscribers from YouTube and all my subscribers from Patreon. And a special thanks to David Perez today for the idea of this video. I asked on a Facebook post, how can I help my subscribers? And David suggested some topics. And I choose this one from the one he suggested. In this video, we'll explain the most usable functions within the Cad tab of Calypso. So, open Calypso and follow along with me. We will start with the loading of the CAD model. By now, you probably know that you can import any kind of CAD formats in Calypso if you have the license for them. But the basic CAD setup for Calypso is the SAT format. All other extensions are being imported into Calypso and they are being converted into SAT format. After the CAD file is imported, you can save it in SAT format, STL format, and STP format if you have the STP format license. So, let's load the CAD model. By now you should probably know that you can load the CAD model from the startup window or the CAD tab from here, CAD file, and load. So, let's load it from here. So my CAD file is in SAT format right now, and I'm going to load it. And Calypso loads the CAD file very fast. It's a simple CAD file and it's exactly in SAT format, so nothing to convert here. Now, as I told you, if you want to save the CAD file, you can save the CAD file from here and you can do it as an SAB or an SAT like we can see right here, or an STL. But although I have a CATIA license, I cannot save the CAD file as a CAD part. Moving on, the first thing you have to do after you import the CAD model is to inspect it and to see if everything looks as it is supposed to. If everything is in order, every surface is exactly as it is supposed to be, there aren't any spikes that come out of the CAD model, and if you find something like this, you just have to delete it. But we will talk about this later on in this video. For now, everything seems to be in order here on my CAD file. So we can move to the next step, which is the CAD healing. After you inspect the CAD file, you have to heal the CAD file. And you can do that by CAD file, automatic healing. In this window, we have 4 options available, from which we will choose almost always only 2 of them. Simplification, and we say here 1 micron, and correct boundary curves. With simplification, Calypso will convert freeform surfaces into simple geometric objects like cones, spheres, cylinders, planes, and so on, if this is possible, of course. And with correct boundary curves, Calypso will correct the gaps in the boundary curves of surfaces or sections that are not exactly aligned. So Calypso will correct the boundary curves, right? Like we can see, for example, here. If this boundary was, for example, not aligned and not joined together, Calypso with correct boundary curves will align the curve and will correct the CAD file. Stitching option joins surfaces that do not belong to bodies with those bodies. And building geometries function is rebuilding the entire CAD geometry. In the basic Calypso learning, you will receive the information that you should only use these two options only if these two are not responding. And even then, the possibility that the CAD model will be within the geometric specification that it is designed to be is low. So maybe ask the designer to export the CAD model with a higher precision and you should be fine. Another feature from the CAD tab that we have to master is the clipping plane. You can find the clipping plane under View, Clipping Plane. So here we have different options. We can choose to split the CAD model in any direction that we want. So this is the X-plane direction. Let's say that we want it to cut it in Y-plane direction. Give it the distance, let's say like this. Okay, and we can see inside the CAD model. We can split it in Z direction. And we can also split the CAD model in a different alignment. So, like this. Let's move it to X direction. And see it like this. So, different possibilities to see the CAD model and everything that we want to see. We can even slice it in two planes to see better the sections from the CAD model. And the best part about this is that we can even create CAD presentations with the section. Let's say section. And we have a CAD presentation. One feature that most of the application engineers forget is the redraw CAD model. You can find the redraw CAD model under CAD, View, Redraw CAD model. Sometimes problems with the CAD model can be simply resolved with this function. So keep it in mind and use it when you have problems with the CAD model. One other feature from the CAD tab that will help you when you create measurement programs is the Show Probing Object option. You can find the Show Probing Object option under CAD, CAD Model Control, Show Probing Object, and you can see the probing right here. This is especially useful if you do not have a planner license, because it will show you where the probe is located if the part is aligned inside the measuring volume. Right now my part is not aligned in the measuring volume, that's why I have the probe under the CAD model. A perfect example for the usability of this option is when the actual part is so deviated from the CAD model that you can actually see that the probe is measuring inside the surface of the CAD model and not where it is supposed to. That is where the actual feature from the actual part is located, and that is why you will see the probe inside the CAD model. Next, we have the CAD Model Transformation. Go to CAD, Model Control, Modification, CAD Model Transformation. This feature is helpful if the technical drawing from the part that you are trying to measure has the axis of the coordinate system specified, and the CAD model has the axis different from the specification. Then you can use a simple fix right before you take the first elements from the CAD. So let's say, for example, that on this CAD model we had on the drawing the z-axis is on the upper side, and it's actually in the center of this cylinder from here. So what we can do is we can extract the cylinder from here. We can see that it's at 38.53 from the x-axis. So we can say to the CAD model to go 38.53 and on the x-axis apply, but with minus. So let's say also that we want the z-axis to face the top side, so to be instead of the y-axis. Be careful not to leave any values inside the boxes where you can insert values, because it will take in consideration anything that is inside them. Okay, so let's say that we want to have a rotation on the x-axis 90 degrees. Okay, yeah, okay, so this is what we want to have. So we can have this from the beginning, right before we have anything. So we can delete this now, and we can extract again wherever we want, and to start from zero, fresh, with the alignment exactly where we want it to be. Okay, so now let's go to modify CAD entities, and here we have a lot of options. We can edit the body, we can edit the surfaces. For example, if I want to make this another color, I will choose to make it another color, and if I want this another color, I will choose to make it another color. Don't choose purple, you will put yourself in difficulty when you will extract surfaces, because you know that it will show the purple color when you extract the surfaces and you go on them. So let's choose here blue, and so on. Okay, and you can also hide features from here. For example, I don't want to see this one, I will hide it, and I can see inside the CAD model. Or you can show all the features, all feature visibles, and you can also delete features, reverse the normal vector. If this is the case, I didn't have the chance to use these two functions by now. But if the normals from some faces are facing in the opposite direction that you want, you can use this without a problem. Okay, we can also edit the body again. From here we can choose the future color, we can choose to mirror the entire CAD part. We can choose to scale the CAD part to make it bigger. Be careful also right here, because if you do that, I'm not sure, but I think even the dimensions will be affected. So be careful when you choose to play with this. Okay, we can go to hierarchy. Here we can see all the components of the CAD model. So as you see here, I have all the components, see, from the CAD model right here. So I can choose to see them, I can choose to hide them, I can choose to delete them, and so on. If you go to transformation, here you can transform the active alignment. You can choose a different alignment and you can transform it. So this is a good thing also, because you can rotate the secondary alignments, you can translate them, and so on. Then from positioning, here at positioning, you can position the part inside the measuring range, right? So this is also very useful if you do not have the planner license. But on previous versions, from what can I remember, you had also here a button that said show measuring table. And it would be great if Zeiss would bring back this, because right now as the function is, you will not know exactly where the part is inside the measuring table, and you have only to guess that the part is respecting the orientation of the measuring table. So it should be something like this, and you can drag it from here. For example, select the part, you set to x-axis, drag it something like this, and click apply, and go to, then uncheck the x-axis, go to the z-axis and drag it like this, or specify exactly the exact coordinates that you want to go up and down or left and right. You can rotate the CAD model to be exactly as you want, and so on. So from positioning, you can arrange and rearrange the CAD model inside the measuring range as you want to fit your needs. Then the last one is creating geometry. Now, lots of us do not use this function, including me. The only thing that I can think about how to use this function is, for example, if I want to make sure that my part is not sitting in the measuring on the measuring table and it's set it on a block, what we can do is we can go to this cylinder right here, and we can say that the cylinder is I don't know, 200 with 100. I think it's okay. We can say that it's sitting on the Z plane. Okay, and minus 100, but not on this direction. This is okay. Minus 100 on the Z axis, and we can choose to create it. And now my CAD model, my part sits on a cylinder above the measuring table, right? 200 millimeters from the measuring table. And maybe this can help you to imagine how the CAD model stays and how the part stays inside the measuring range. But if you want to delete it, it's simple. Go to CAD, modify CAD entities, right, and select it. Make sure you double click it and delete the features. And now we can go to CAD settings. From here we can choose the colors that we want to modify. If we want to modify them, we can choose another color for the entire part. You'll notice that everything changed right now, even my surfaces that I changed earlier. We can choose from here how the selection would look like. Leave it like this. I think it's better this way. Then right here at file, you can see where the CAD model is saved. If you want to save it inside the measuring plan directory or not. Model display, you can choose to always show the points from the CAD, from the feature list. You can choose to select features automatically by clicking. You can choose view faces from either side. Yeah, doesn't work all the time. Show model coordinates, it's already showing right here. Show clearance plane if you want to see the clearance plane. So yeah, this is good because notice right now that my part is outside of the clearance plane because I've changed the coordinate axis and I translated and rotated the axis. So this is good. I can go right now to clearance plane and redo the entire clearance cube. Okay. And show probing object, you can do that also from here. And the transparent CAD model view and the option to make it less or more transparent. So again, a powerful feature from here also, and show points on the CAD model if points are available. Moving on to strategy, here you can see the arrow length, if you want to see the arrow bigger or smaller, for example like this, or you can see it like this, very small. By default is 2. Clearance position, display strategy when selecting a feature. So if we go to clearance position, see, you can see how the probing will act, right? So it will go from here, it will start from here. This is the clearance data from here to here. Then it will search the point, it will touch the point, it will come out from here, and it will go out from the clearance cube. The only thing that actually works from here is the clearance position. When you go and see the strategy, you can see exactly how the clearance position works. From view, you can choose how to display the quality of the CAD model. So right now you can see, for example, if I go really close, that the quality is on the middle and it shows the circles, for example, like this. But if I choose to have it very high, for example, everything is smooth and nice. Okay, so if you have a small CAD model like I have right here, you can choose to work with it like this. Or if you want to make nice CAD presentations with nice surfaces and so on, you can do it like this. But if you do not, then middle is fine. You will help also Calypso to work better because it doesn't have to compute so much information from the CAD model. And you can choose to see the text from the features or not. So see here we have plane 1. If you do not want to see this text, you can choose to hide it from here, and you can also see the grid of the CAD model. And the distance, of course. This is 10 millimeters. You can choose to have it at 50 millimeters and so on. Moving on, now we can see the creating features option. Here we can create any feature from the CAD model. Using the surfaces, you can create geometry like planes, cylinders and cones, and using the boundary, you can create features like circles, ellipses, slots, lines, contours, and so on. But also from here, it's recommended to create 2D curves and 3D curves. And when you have the exact coordinates from a space point on a technical drawing, you can use the space point from here to make the point on the surface. From the point set, we can create freeform surfaces, space points, 3D curves, and point with point sets. From the space points, we can even recall text files from a defined location. So you can calculate a curve, for example, convert it in a text file, and then use it to import it from here, from file. And we have here again the hierarchy of the entire CAD model. I don't know why we have it here also. Maybe it's here to be reachable when you edit or create features. I don't know, but it's here. And we have the section view window where we can create sections on the CAD model. This is useful when you want to create a section all around the CAD part, or when you have a specified section on the CAD model. You can do it either way. And last but not least, we have the evaluation tab right here, the evaluation window, where we can create banners just like this, We can have them as we want. We can add the icon to see exactly what they are. We can have the tolerances. We can have the actual, the nominal, out of tolerance, the deviation, and so on. And of course that we can show the results from the CAD model. So let's see the results. For example, cylinders. Let's say that it's like this, and color gradient, tolerance frames. I don't think it's possible right now, but yeah, I think it's fine like this. And make the CAD transparent and see that the point is way inside the material, 6 millimeters inside the material, and so on. So don't forget that you can contact me anytime on my Patreon channel if you need the private lessons to understand better the options from Calypso. So I hope the information was relevant for you. Share it if you think it will help others too, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet. Until next time, don't forget, learn as much as you can.